I have always preferred to talk about political assassinations. There are some occasions when I'm compelled to comment about other deaths, especially if there is some suspicion that it was a political assassination. It is always good, especially if it is not a political assassination, to allow the deceased to rest in peace and also to allow the family to move forward. But leaving things the way they are may necessitate for germination of rumors that may cause people to believe that it was a political assassination. And especially the way Mutula Kilonzo died, it raises suspicion to an extent that there are some, he was a human being like you and me. I have the public life. I have the private life, which I would want people to respect, and let me live my private life. So did he. Now that he's dead, his family, his spirit needs to rest in peace. The family that he left behind, they also have to move on. Constant talking about the circumstances that he died may go against that. But not talking about it may bring about suspicion and rumors which may lead to people believing that his was a political assassination. Mutula Kilonzo, after graduating and starting his law firm, was lucky enough that President Moi hired him as his personal lawyer. Now, being a personal lawyer to Moi, per diem is more. You also have access to rich clientele. And you find that, although I have no proof of this, but it is quite possible that large corporations, especially parastatals, were now hiring him for work. And you see, being hired by a parastatal, that is lucrative. So Mutula Kilonzo became that rich, and then they moved up to multi-party. When they moved to multi-party, he made a decision to join, Orange Democratic Party, just like Ford. Ford had broken into Ford Asili and Ford Kenya. Although we had some other small Fords which came, but the real Fords were Ford Asili and Ford Kenya. Later on, they say history repeats itself. ODM broke into two. One became called ODM Kenya, and the other just ODM. And whenever there used to be a public meeting, Mutula Kilonzo used to tell people to wave. And when they were waving, he would say, wave like a wiper. But because he had a Kamba accent, he would say, wave like a wifer. This thing became so popular that the ODM Kenya rebranded itself to Wiper Kenya. And so he is the name Wiper to that party came from him. Now, he has done a lot. Let us now look at his last day on earth. People said that he had been assassinated. No, he was not assassinated. I am repeating myself that it is not good to honor his spirit by talking, especially the circumstances that led to his death. and also the family that he left behind. It is also not good to talk, so that you see, especially the way he died, his children and their spouses hearing that. But you see, we have to look at the greater picture. The country could burn down because of him being included in the list of those who were politically assassinated. His wife was not feeling well. It was approaching the weekend. He went and attended to his wife. While attending to his wife, he made sure all provisions were there, be it for doctors, be it for people, paramedicals who would attend to his wife. Being a minister, he did not participate actively in the activities of his law firm. He had left the law firm to be run by his children, who are also lawyers. This is Mutula Kilonzo Jr. and Kathy Kilonzo. When Mutula Kilonzo Jr. was born, and Mutula Kilonzo was in the waiting room, nurses came and told him that he's a father of a boy. So they asked him, what is the name of the boy? And he said, Junior, the junior in Kikamba accent. And that is how Mutula Kilonzo Jr. got his name. He has no other name. Mutula Kilonzo Jr. and Kathy Kilonzo ran and still ran his law firm. But on that day, he went to his law firm, which is not far. It is along Ngong Road, not far from the city mortuary. He went there, entered the office, took out a briefcase, stashed a lot of money in the briefcase, and headed over to spend the weekend at Manzoni. When he arrived in Manzoni, he was not alone in the vehicle. There were two people. The other one was a lady, a young lady. Her image was picked by the CCTV, and they entered the Manzoni place and spent the weekend. Then he died. When he died, he vomited. When he vomited, the government chemist came and took the vomit to make tests. Next to his bed, there was a stool with water and medicine. A postmortem was done to see if the lady may have placed something in the water. There was nothing. Even in his stomach, the contents were checked to find if there was poison or anything like that. There was no poison. The drugs were tested and found to be Viagra. And so a decision was made. You see, he has died, so the story spread. Now, the lady cannot be arrested. First of all, there were rumors of a certain media lady saying that the lady was there. She said, no, I usually go there, but on this particular day, I am not the one who went there. So this other mysterious lady, whom we have never known, the ODPP, the prosecution, decided not to charge her because all evidence were showing that Mutula Kilonzo had done what the Kamba say, Ngai nenge vinya. And so that is how he died. And you see that the way he died is something that cannot be discussed, especially it will affect the immediate family. But this thing is becoming necessary to say, because if we don't talk of it, he will wrongly be included in the list of political assassins. That's all.